Hello and welcome to yet another episode of BS Commentaries, a very special animated adventure today. I am your host, Mike, and I am joined today by the lovely and wonderful Inika Chung. Inika, hello there.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
You know what? It is going absolutely fantastic. I actually looked up on the BS Commentaries YouTube channel today, and so me and K-Hart, we did Detective Pikachu this past Wednesday. We did it yesterday. But the movie that we did the previous week, Heartbreak Ridge, actually got 100 views already on the for on YouTube. So that's really cool.
That's awesome.
But today we are actually doing a little bit of the Circle of Life journey. I figured, since you're coming back to do the show with me once a month, I figure we start out with a really good timeless classic. And it is, of course, the coming of age family animation and action adventure musical, The Lion King. Not the live action remake, because we all know that one sucked.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I seen the movie, it's okay. I would say the graphics were, I would say the visual effects were actually pretty good. I'll say, for that part.
I mean, that's the only thing that we can actually agree on, is the visual effects were done well. But all I have to say is never ever give Beyonce a voice acting role again. I'm putting it out there. Okay. I know people will disagree with me, but I'm just saying that was just a brutal movie.
Okay.
Nothing against Beyonce, by the way. Nothing against her. It's just that was just an awful movie. But Inika, I think we should get into it now.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get to watch some classic. The Lion King.
Definitely. So if everybody wondering, we're almost, like I said, we said this last night on the podcast, if we're almost 30 episodes deep. So if you don't know, it's okay, but still you need to really start paying attention. But for everybody wondering how to watch along with us, pull up Disney Plus, get The Lion King, put in your DVD, get it on any streaming service that you want, and go to the 0 mark, start the movie, and as soon as we say action, go ahead and press the play button. So, Inika, are we all ready?
Yes, we're ready to go.
Alrighty. So in that case, ready, set, action.
This is one of my favorite introductions from Disney. I just love this. What's nice in purple and blue. I love that.
I actually like it too, because it's I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's just a really well done type of introduction that we can all just really appreciate. By the way, are you listening on your television?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you got to turn it down a little bit. You got to turn it down.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. We got to make sure that nothing is going to that's an opening right there. I'm just saying that is a opening right there. But so last night Detective Pikachu got marked for copyright because they caught some of the music and everything. So we got to make sure that everything is down to a deep minimum.
Is this better?
A little bit more lower.
Lower? Okay.
Yeah. Now I also do like how they did restore the movie in this situation, because it is the colors. I feel like the colors in this movie just pop more with the restoration.
Yes, the animation like this you could never find in this day and age. It's always from as I said, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. That's where the animation was really good.
Oh yeah. Okay, so your side is absolutely perfect on the volume. Hopefully mine is at a low enough tone as well. But I'm not gonna lie, I have this song on my iPhone. I mean, I don't think if you're a real Walt Disney fan, you have to have this song on your phone.
Yes, this is a song to listen to when you want to, set your alarm clock in the morning, and you just hear that ha.
That's one way. That's one way to get woken up.
Yes.
Stupid bird, get out of the way before you get made to be a friggin' elephant pancake on the foot. I kind of lost my train of thought on that one.
My goodness. But it's been so much years. I think the last time I watched Lion King was almost like, geez, like almost, gosh, 15 years ago. This is actually my first time like in years.
I can't actually remember the last time I actually watched The Lion King. I know it's been a couple of years. Darth Vader definitely looks a lot better than what he looks like in Star Wars.
Yes, indeed.
And as we all know, Robert Guillemot, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, who was born Robert Peter Williams, doing the voice of Rafiki. May he rest in peace. Died 5 years ago, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, is he the voice of?
He is the voice of Rafiki.
Oh, geez, I did not know about that. Oh, wow. I liked his voice. Like he was always so like, he's like the way how he portrayed this character was like, making him so wise, like person to go to.
Since when the fuck did that become a goddamn TikTok trend? Is that stupid Lion King where you put something over someone's forehead? Ugh. The worst one that I've actually seen, the guy actually put his finger in the Nutella and wiped it on some dude's, like, ugh. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Inika. I hate TikTok.
Really?
I truly hate TikTok because they've just, it's just how hungry are we for entertainment when we have to go to TikTok? That's it.
One thing with TikTok here is that there's no limits, man. Basically, you can kind of imitate anything from a movie and just kind of like make into some kind of like weird phenomenon. Like,
it really is. I mean, you can. It's so weird of how you can actually do that kind of. And oh my god! Again, the restoration right there. It looks better than what it did when you saw it in the movies. I'm not gonna lie. Even on even when you watch it on VHS, that restoration right there.
I totally agree. Yes.
Now this is just stupid satire, in my opinion, because a big ass cat like trapping a mouse. How much of a Tom and Jerry irony can you get?
Yes, like Scar is quite the character, like I feel like there's another side to him that we don't know at all, I feel. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Bean. I forgot. Mr. Bean does the voice of Zazu. Rowan Atticusson.
Oh, Mr. Bean? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, Mr. Bean does the voice of it.
Okay, yes. He was like my favorite character in The Lion King. Like
I love this line. First of all, I love Jeremy Irons because first of all, the first time I ever saw him as a in-person actor, not a voiceover actor, was Die Hard with a Vengeance. And I loved him in that movie because he does play a good villain, but it's just the that okay, that really irritated me. Every time that thing comes up, it always irritates me. I always cringe. But no,
the scratch sound?
Yeah, but that line where he's like, "I quiver with fear," like only Jeremy. And see, Jeremy, he's just being an asshole to Mufasa. He like doesn't care. I feel like
yes. It's kind of interesting.
No, see, you don't really want to. You don't want to challenge Mufasa because I'm not gonna lie, he has the Force with him. Remember, this is Darth Vader in lion form. You don't screw with him.
Yes, you're right about that. He's like, you know what? I was thinking, he's like the one of those wise Jedis.
Jedi Masters.
Yes. Like
But
I
again,
forgot when.
like I was saying, Jeremy Irons, what he does makes a very handsome throw.
Yeah. I will say he is entertaining when he does sing that song. You know, be prepared. He's
Oh
very
yeah,
entertaining.
and the only problem with that is Jim Cummings had a small role in it because Irons blew out his voice.
Oh,
But
yes.
no, Jeremy Irons to me, that's Washington right there. um, but no, Jeremy Irons, what I love about him is he plays the role of a villain so well, but it's not the fact that he brings the villainy to it. It's he brings the comic relief into villainy. And I think that's another I think that's another great sign of a great actor is even though that you are playing a villain, you can still find a way to bring comedy relief to that villain. And somebody actually a friend of mine was talking about this and he's like, "What about Jim Carrey and the Riddler?" And I'm just like, did you really fucking just say that Jim Carrey and Jeremy Irons are the one and the same? And he's like, no, I'm saying that he brought comic relief. And I'm just like, no, Jim Carrey brought the stupidity. Jeremy Irons brings the comic. Okay, be honest. This was us when we were kids. Like we want to do something early in the morning and we just like bug the hell out of our parents.
Yes, I quite drove my folks crazy all the time. Yes, I did. They called me the female version of Dennis the Menace. True
Oh
story.
God. By the way, Jonathan Taylor Thomas doing the voice acting of young Simba.
Yes.
And as everybody knows, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who portrayed Randy Taylor from Home Improvement, he was also in Pinocchio. He was in so many good
Yes.
movies. And
He I totally agree. Like he was actually one of my favorite actors. Actually, I liked him in Tom and Huck. I watched that movie. I liked him in Tom Sawyer. Like I was kind of like the big crush on JTT. Yes, back in those days. But I think he was definitely a perfect for Simba. Like he definitely brought that Simba character to life. And of course, for Mufasa, James Earl Jones, like he's a phenomenal voice actor. His voice alone, like he can portray any character, and is just so like it just grabs your attention when he talks.
Oh yeah. First of all, I love how Simba, like that line, he's like, "There's more." That is us as kids, like where it's like when you're opening Christmas presents. You only get 10 of them, and then they're like, "We have a surprise for you." There's more.
Yeah. Yes. Like young prince. You know what this is kind of giving me? This is kind of giving me a reference to coming to America. Kind of like Simba's like the Prince Akeem.
Oh my God, yes, yeah. Now, real quickly, the one thing from the like the newly restored Lion King was the worst thing that could have ever happened was that stupid morning report song. I watched it and I'm just like, what in the hell is this?
I was like,
and he's just like, oh no, you can't be serious. Why are you making me do this?
I was like there's some songs like I just felt like they should just kept the songs original. Like nothing. It's just. I know.
First of all, how did Mufasa and Simba hide that well?
Yes. Do you know what I was actually thinking? For some reason, I have to say this. There is a relation between Shere Khan and Scar. I feel like they're like a duo. There's a similarity.
Because you're absolutely right. Because for everybody wondering, last time Inika was on the podcast, we did the Jungle Book, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you're absolutely right with Scar and Shere Khan because I feel like they bring that type of classy villainy and along with the menacing role of being a villain as well.
Yes.
And of course, Scar's just being the sarcastic jerk that he is.
I know. I feel like the Disney villains are so similar. Like Like Scar, just a similar to I think with Scar and Jafar.
Oh God, did you really compare Scar and Jafar?
Just a little bit. The way how he kind of talks. I know they like Jafar has kind of like a very kind of like a British accent, kind of in a way, like sort of like a.
Mm.
So that's why just the way how they talk. That's why I just noticed.
So there was a sequel to this, and I think it was a straight to. I think it was a what it was a straight to VHS release. What was it? So there was Lion King's Timon and Pumbaa. We all know about that. So the 1998 VHS release, Simba's Pride. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
I actually know I haven't. You know what? I think I haven't seen any of those films actually. I haven't.
So, I like what they did with Simba's Pride because there's comparisons to Romeo and to William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet with how the plot in the movie is, where you have two families, and of course, there's two lovers, and they're on both of those sides, and they fall in love. So basically, you know, that's the only thing that kind of confused me about this whole situation. Who the hell is Nala's father?
That's the big mystery I want to know too myself.
Yeah. That's all of us as a kid when it was bath time.
Oh my gosh. Yes. They're like, no, I don't want a bath.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard Simba's mother's voice before. Let me find out who the hell she is. Zoe Leader, excuse me. Let me find this out. Because I feel like I've heard her voice before.
I didn't. You know what? In a way, I do kind of wonder, like who was actually the actress behind the voice of Simba's mother? Because she also has that nice, calming, spirit about her too. Very nurturing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So apparently, she does not have any other voice roles, which kind of surprised me. I thought I could have heard her. Oh, this is boys and girls at that young age right there. It's just like girls have cooties, boys have cooties too.
Yes, matchmaker.
Now, when Nala said she's my, after Simba said she's my best friend, yeah, it'd be too weird. Why would it be too weird? I've known a lot of best friends who actually got married. I'm just saying. And first of all, and Simba's just like waving his paw. He's just like, the hell with you.
Oh, actually, I think I found out the name for I think the character Sarabi. Yes,
there you go, Sarabi. That's her name. Yeah.
Yeah, Madge Sinclair. Actually, she is. Her and James Earl Jones were in the Coming to America film.
Really?
Yes.
So fun fact about the singer Jason Weaver, who is the child singer here for Simba. He played the pre-teenaged Michael Jackson on the 1992 miniseries The Jacksons: An American Dream.
Oh, I never knew that.
I didn't know it either, but I just found it out. But again, it's hilarious of how it's so hilarious of how that it's so hilarious how you hear these voice actors, and it's just I don't know. I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to watch the movie at the same time. I'm losing my train of thought. But I will say this about this song. I love the colors in this song. I love how bright and colorful these songs are.
Yes, actually, I love the song. Actually, yes, I know this is like one of my favorite songs. I actually danced to this song.
There you go. So when Zazu came down the line of the zebras and they just put their tails up, I'm just like, oh God, he's getting the shit right there.
Yes. He's getting ran over.
Yeah. And he's getting squished. Jeez. He's getting put through the ringer.
I noticed that the lions at all don't eat at all. I noticed from the whole time. As I'm thinking about it, like as a kid, I didn't really notice it, but they actually don't eat no food at all. I never see them eat.
You know what? You're absolutely right on that one. Oh my God, that's actually funny. So Jason Weaver, by the way, has won 3 Young Artist Awards. He's been nominated 3 times for Young Artist Award. He won it as an outstanding young performer starring in a miniseries with the Jacksons. And then he said best performance by a young actor in a voiceover movie in The Lion King. So that's kind of funny.
Oh, interesting.
Now, see, that's just a guy's intuition that if you get pinned by a girl, you have to come back from more torture, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah, just so you know that the female people should not underestimate the female lioness, man, even when they're young. Yes,
no, absolutely not. I'm going to be truthfully honest. The lionesses are just tough broads. They're tough.
Yes. And I found out something very interesting. I found out the actual like roar of the lion was actually came from a lion, which was kind of strange. I found out they were looking for a specific. I kind of saw this in a few days ago, just in one of the articles. I was like, because it sounds so real, right? Like,
yeah, it really does sound real. I know they banana beak.
Toucan Sam's cousin.
I was about to make a joke about Toucan Sam. Are we? Does that mean he gets free Fruit Loops for the rest of his life?
Yes. Yes. Follow your nose.
Follow your nose. Oh, first of all, I love the trio. Well, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. Not the trio, because we all know that. We all know Ed is Jim Cummings. Everybody knows that Jim Cummings is Ed. But yes. We have Whoopi Goldberg and Cheech Marine, who I love that they had Cheech Marine. Not much of a Whoopi fan anymore. I'm sorry. I'm not much. I really don't care for Whoopi Goldberg anymore.
It's all good. Like, she doesn't do any movies anymore. I was like, she's like retired now. She's just like, she's doing The View. That's about it. So.
Oh, that's one show I don't watch. I'm very sorry, but if I wanted to watch a show where people give their stupid political opinion, I'll watch either CNN or Fox News. Thank you very much.
I did like for her in the Sister Act 2 movie. That was like one of my favorites.
Oh, come on. Sister Act is a treasure. Sister Act is a golden movie.
Yes. I liked it, so.
I will say this about Whoopi Goldberg. What the hell was that movie that she did? Where is it? She did a really, really stupid movie. Oh, Theodore Rex. There it is. It was I don't know if you. Yeah, it was originally supposed to go on theatrical release, but it went direct to video, and it became the most expensive direct to video movie ever made. But it was a terrible movie.
I never heard of it. I guess I gotta check it out. Just to see the.
Please, don't do it unless you're really ready just to be scarred for life by a terrible film.
Okay.
But
like the
I mean,
like the mask, the son of the mask.
Oh, that is just wow. That's an even worse movie. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yikes.
It is terrible. Yes.
It's to whoever thought Son of the Mask is a good movie, then please rethink your entire life, because it's not.
Yes. Absolutely. Like, my goodness.
Now, see, that was a perfect joke right there when Simba actually did that fake roar. That was a perfect time to make a puberty joke.
Yes. I like Mufasa. He just he basically just taught those hyenas a lesson. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
don't. I like that.
What an idiot.
Yes. Do you know the hyenas actually have been quite a meme, quite a bit? Sometimes I think, yes.
I've seen more hyena memes than lions ever.
Yes, especially when they're laughing and stuff, the way how they laugh. Like a lot of people have been using that as a reference of them laughing in their clips. I've noticed that.
Yeah. Now, see, here's a big major difference between the live action Lion King and the original Lion King. First of all, I like how Mufasa's just like walking fat, like he's just beyond pissed.
Yes.
But the live action Lion King, I hated the way they changed the basically Scar wasn't friends with the hyenas at this point. He was making friends with them to get a deal done, and I don't like that. I don't like how they changed that.
No, like that's nah. It was supposed to be like the other way around, where he has like maybe just 3 hyenas as his minions. Like, but yeah, there's certain things they definitely changed quite a bit in that film. So things are just like they basically expanded that story quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, I agree 100%.
Yes. Oh, I feel sorry for somebody.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sad.
Hold on a second. I got it wrong. So the person who played Zarabi was Madge Sinclair.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I definitely screwed up on that one.
It's okay. There's so many voice actors, in every animated series or films. Like we can't keep up. There's too many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sometimes they'll do a voice acting for maybe one scene, and then they'll change to another actor for the. Yes, he's mad.
This is definitely one of those life lessons at this point, and it's just like dad and son bonding over. I think it's hilarious of how Simba was just in deep crap, and then now they're now they're having fun about it.
Yes, he was like, "I'm like never enter the boneyard." I'm like, the boneyard. That's like the hyena's den.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what dads do right there, is that you go to tackle them as a kid and they just go down so easily. Just be like, okay, I don't want to mess with my son's or my kid's confidence. I will go down so easily.
Yes. Like one thing I actually like is that it's so when you watch an actual wildlife, clip of actual, dad lions playing with their cubs, it's kind of so similar, like because sometimes the lion cub, the father will lay down while the cubs just driving crazy. He just doesn't do nothing.
Exactly.
Yes. They definitely captured that pretty good, I would say, with that.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
And also the origins of the Lion King. A lot of people have said, of course, yes, it came from Hamlet, but also I feel that this is definitely a African tale as well, for sure, from like hundreds of years ago, an African tale, because there's so much. Yes, I feel that.
By the way, I just noticed that. Oh, he's got scratches on his butt. I never noticed that before.
Oh, that's the meme I'm talking about. He like when he bursts out laughing. A lot of people use that meme a lot.
Yeah. I honestly compare the Ed from this show to actually Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Oh boy, here comes Scar.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite lines about to come up too. I love it. See, I would be a little insulted right there.
Yes, one thing like about Scar, he treats his henchmen, the hyenas, like crap. He's like, you guys are beneath me. He always kind of like.
There was my line. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Yes.
I feel like that is a line that every villain needs to say.
Agreed. It's like, you guys been good boys. Here you go. Oh, there's actually a zebra leg. Where did they get that? It
Oh
actually
yeah,
looks like
that's what I'm wondering.
it's perfectly cut too, like in half.
Like seriously, where'd you get the cutlery to do that?
Yeah, because normally you would have been like shredded, like hanged. Oh, this is actually one of my favorite songs. Actually, I
Oh
like this
really?
song. I know it's a villain song, but it's actually very fun too. It's Be Prepared.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
By the way, I remember this because also during this song there was a Nazi reference. There was both a Hitler and a Nazi reference.
yes, yes. You know,
Because
in a way, there's a scene where like when he's like standing, and then a whole bunch of hyenas are like marching.
mm-hmm.
So yes, I agree.
And again, like I don't know if Disney was in. I love how he was looking right there. It was like he was a model or something. But no, that Hitler and Nazi reference. The funny thing about Walt Disney is they stopped doing it now, but what happened was is that they were so, I guess the animators and the voice actors, they were really into putting like little Easter eggs, like adult innuendos, or in this situation, just really bad references. Because if you remember, there's a bunch of those on YouTube where, like in Aladdin, there was someone who said, "Take off your clothes."
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Or can we also remember the famous Little Mermaid VHS cover where there was a freaking dildo on the castle? I mean, it's just, oh god, here it is. Oh, for the love of Pete. Ugh. So does Walt Disney? Never mind. I was gonna say. So I guess Walt Disney is a supporter of communism at this point. Jeez, it's the worst thing ever. Oh yeah, this is where Jim Cummings actually comes into play now.
Yes. Like these scenes are actually pretty good.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
like the color, like the way how they're marching. That was a really cool cinematography part. Like when they're all marching.
Yeah, I mean, again, the reference is there, but I mean, it's chilling when you see it.
Yes. It's like so like evilish. Like yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing about Disney. They always made the villains like so evilish. There's always those hidden, tiny subliminal messages, just a little bit.
Unfortunately. By the way, you were silent for a while. What happened there?
Oh, my phone rang. My phone rang,
Oh,
and
I see. I see.
yes, that's right. My phone rang, and I was like trying to. Had to zap it, and then I'm like, oh, I thought I couldn't hear. I was like, oh, so I was trying to wondering, okay, how do I fix this? So, but yeah, yeah. Yes, people just call. I'm like, I'm on a podcast right now.
Seriously, how rude.
Yes. And I like
This
how
this
Scar's
is the
eyes look.
night.
Sorry,
Sorry, go ahead.
I keep interrupting. We're like taking the same time. Like
Exactly.
one thing about Scar's eyes, I definitely like. I like they made his eyes so piercing, like evil. It's like green and yellow. Like you would never thought green and yellow, but it's just it looks pretty cool. As I'm
Yeah,
thinking
I
about it now.
agree. Also, I love how Simba is just beyond naive at this point, because I feel like that kind of that also makes me like go back to the point where, you know, when we were kids, we were that naive. We were that easy to trick.
Yes.
Of course, I made a deal to myself never to do that to any of my future kids.
Yes.
I'm not. Well, maybe once or twice, just for fun.
Yes.
Holy God, that is a lot of wildebeest.
Yes. I know enough of them to feast on.
One of the little sick ones. How can you tell?
I think
That was a weird animation for Whoopi's hyena face. I'm not gonna lie.
what they do here is like they look at the weakest one and then they start to
Mm,
attack. I think that's
makes sense. Now, see, at that point, why don't you like? This is the only thing that really bothers me about this whole movie. This could have been avoided if you would have ran to the right or left and started jumping on the walls, not running, not taking off forward.
yes.
Ugh. Sweet God, how many freaking wildebeest is that? That isn't like that's not a herd. A herd is like, I don't know. That's not even a herd. I want to say that's a jumble.
I know they're just coming in the throw. They're like, oh no, Jumanji, man, Jumanji.
Oh God, no! You had to make the Jumanji.
Yes. Boy, Scar,
Now the question I would have asked is, why the hell is my son in the gorge in the first place?
Yeah, like Simba, you out of your mind, man? You should have never just went. Oh boy.
Oh, we got to turn the TV down a little bit. Music's getting a little bit loud.
Really? Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right. Is this better?
Yes, it is. That's better. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we do not get copyrighted this time.
Yes. I think this scene is crazy, and it's actually one of like the most hardest scenes I've ever watched. I think for me, yes, the most emotional scene. Yes, it's like,
ow.
Oh my gosh, poor toucan.
And the funny thing is that like after this whole thing happens, you know, Zazu's not like he knocked me out during this time. He didn't think that was one bit suspicious.
I know, like he was just believing like one bit, like okay, like he didn't say like Scar, what are you up to? Like he just didn't think of anything. Like,
Ow, just ow. Everything is so ow in this, like you could feel it for some reason.
Oh man, you can feel that intensity of Mufasa just crawling. Oh.
And of course, Perhard's. This is just like the most, both the most gruesome and the most heartbreaking scene in cinematic movie history, in my opinion.
I totally agree. Like, if I had an opportunity, I think I would have changed this scene. I would have kind of make it where they were fighting, but then Mufasa survived, but then he came back, along with Simba to kind of like reclaim their throne. Like, I felt I would have changed it where Mufasa maybe he got defeated a little bit, he got injured, but then they don't see him for a while. They think he's dead, but then all of a sudden he comes back and he's like, well, I think that is something I would definitely change in the Lion King, and I think that would have made it more cool. But I know, yes, lions do fight against each other, yes, to claim their whatever, but that would have been my personal thing. But this one was so dark when you just see this. Like he's like long.
I feel like that is Walt Disney, between the 70s and early 2000s, is that they made a lot of movies where, first of all the movies were rated G, but in this case, you really need to make a movie PG because this is dark. Disney was just very, very, very dark when it came to life and death. And
Yes.
it just terrifies me at that point. Because I think, in my opinion, one of the most brutal deaths, the two most brutal deaths I've ever seen in movie history when it comes to Disney is this one and the death of Gaston and the Beast.
Yes. Oh, yes. I remember you sent me that photo of Gaston's eye with the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. And you know what's kind of interesting? I came across a YouTuber from, I don't know if you heard of Ask a Mortician, but this woman, Caitlin, she was talking about how Disney was actually obsessed with death. Like, he actually had like a lot of skeletons and Halloween stuff. He was obsessed.
Really?
Yes. It was on Ask a Mortician. She was talking about, I think, Disney, his obsession with Halloween and stuff. Like, he always had skeletons. Like, he always liked he had an interest in it. That's what she said. But I'm thinking, like, well, he doesn't have an obsession with death at all. Like, well, I know in a way when you see his earlier stuff, you see the skeletons. You know, you always see something creepy in the animations, especially Lily with the Mickey Mouse one in the Halloween part. Like, it's a mystery we don't know.
Exactly.
You know, but I know that's what she said.
Now, this really bothered me about the movie is that Scar convinces Simba it's his fault. And I'm just like, how is it his fault? And how does this kid think it's his fault?
I know, like, he is horrible. Like, just telling Simba, like, I'm like, no, Scar, it's your fault, man. You set this up. And the one part that drives me crazy is seeing that Mufasa is dead. Like, basically, he's not moving, and you're standing beside a.
Oh God, this is haunting right here.
Oh my gosh, he's like.
Ugh. Once again, like, we can make the comparisons to both Shere Khan and Scar right here, because both of them are very menacing villains, but they're also, as I would say, they're very classy when it comes to villains. And now, see, I'm not gonna lie, I've actually done that before, where you actually jump and then you actually end up doing barrel roll after barrel roll on a hill.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. It hurts, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't hurt like that. Jesus. See, I feel like that would have been the perfect time for someone to say, "Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass." Ow!
Man, they got pricked. Good, they deserved it.
Yeah, then he shoots 3 of them into the nose of Ed. Good Lord. Like I said, see, that's just so dark when it comes to Disney, because they're talking about killing him.
Yes,
man.
And
Disney's really settled down.
I will say they definitely settled down quite a bit. But I feel like also too, we're starting to see some other films, that live action films, that have a little bit of slight darkness to it, like just a little bit. Do you kind of know what I mean? Like, just some, not all the films, but some of them.
Yeah. I never understood that green lighting. It looked like they were aliens coming out of a freaking flying saucer.
Yes. It's the Northern Lights, man. They're in the Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights. Ugh.
Yes.
Just again, me and K-Hard said this yesterday, but both me and him, we love it when we can watch movies where they don't need well-known songs. They don't need songs with words, but especially when it comes to the orchestral type of music, you know, it makes you feel things. Oh God.
Oh my God, vultures, man. Oh, I can't stand those things. True story, man. Actually, I saved a bunny from a hawk from my backyard. I actually did. A bunny.
Oh my God.
Yes. Some things are crazy. Some big birds, man. Oh my gosh. These are my favorite characters: Timon and Pumbaa.
Nathan Lane and Ernie Sabella.
Yes.
First of all, I love Nathan Lane. I love his Nathan Lane, who I think he starred in one of the most underrated slapstick comedy movies of all time, Mousetrap. I love Nathan Lane because he has such a unique voice, and every time you hear him or every time you see him, he does great work because he's not just a talented voice actor and actor. He's a great Broadway musical actor.
There's a lot of things I did not know about. You know, as a kid, when you don't know about voice actors, I never actually got a chance to research like every single one of them growing up. But some of them I'm definitely familiar with. But yes, I know like Jim Cummings, the voice of Winnie the Pooh, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That guy can play. I know he can play like almost any character too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm actually checking up Nathan Lane now. I'm actually checking him out. Okay, yes.
Yeah, like I was saying, one of my favorite movies that Nathan Lane was in, again, it was a slapstick comedy, and it was called Mousetrap. And every single time I watch it, I cringe in pain, but I also laugh so hard.
Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I know the face now. Okay, he was one that was in Austin Powers, the agent.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes. Okay. Yes. He's funny.
He really is. And again, like I said, that movie Mousetrap is just hilarious because I don't know, man. It's just I love slapstick comedy so much.
I also liked him in The Producers as well. The Producers.
Mm-hmm.
That was with Matthew Broderick. And actually, apparently Matthew Broderick is actually the voice of the older Simba.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. They were the producers, you know, in 2005, and then they worked together when they was younger. Pretty cool.
You don't really hear anything from Matthew Broderick anymore. You really don't.
He's one of my favorite actors, Ferris Bueller. Yes,
forgot everybody's got to watch Ferris. It doesn't matter like what kind of movies you do watch. Ferris Bueller is always a timeless classic that needs to be watched.
Yes, I believe there needs to be a sequel.
He only filed one claw.
You know what they say about Timon and Pumbaa? They say that, you know, there's two people have said that yes, they're friends. A lot of people say that they're kind of more than just friends. I've heard different things.
It doesn't surprise me that people are saying that nowadays. It doesn't surprise me nowadays. But it's just like I think that Timon and Pumbaa, you seriously need a bath. I'm sorry. And for me after I eat chili.
Dang.
I mean, it's just
well, Hakuna Matata.
I think it's hilarious. Every time hey Pumbaa, not in front of the kids, but they're in the mid 90s. I feel like toilet and fart humor were truly starting to become a thing, because I know Beavis and Butthead were really getting into the toilet and fart humor.
Oh yes, that's like one of my. Apparently, there is a Beavis and Butthead TV series, I think, or movie.
Yeah, I watched it, and I don't know, it just didn't have the old version of I give it an 8.
Yes.
But no, I feel like the old Beavis and Butthead was just hilarious, but I do like the new Beavis and Butthead. But I'm not gonna lie. So real quickly, I posted this on Facebook a couple days ago, but I think people should bring the insult fart knocker back, just because.
This is when Pumbaa and Timon teach Simba to be a vegan.
Oh my god. I don't know if I would call that veganism because you still technically have to eat meat.
Okay.
But
Yes.
I think I see where you're the little
Yes.
green filled kind.
Ugh.
But
Oh my God.
this is still a form of, funnily enough, that is actually a form of protein.
Yes. Yes. Bugs do have some kind of protein in a way, like so other properties that some people, yeah, apparently. Certain bugs, but yeah.
Oh yeah. But I'm going to be honest. If you're out in the wilderness and you have no other choice, be honest. You're eating a damn bug.
Yes. You know, I've actually seen places actually that have candy with bugs inside them. You know, like some supermarkets apparently. Some crickets.
Well, there's so the ballpark here out in Seattle, T-Mobile Park, they actually had a delicacy of fried cricket or grasshoppers, and now that did not make any sense. How the hell did Pumbaa not even make a splash? I'm sorry.
He's nice and dry, man. He just loved it. He just enjoyed his bath.
But anyway, excuse me. But yeah, so they have I'm not gonna lie, if you get a really good, the bad part about the grasshoppers is that they season them way too much. And it's like chili and lime type of flavoring. But if they were to season them in less, but season them in the correct way, they're really good. Because they used to not season them so much. They put way too much seasoning on them now.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Oh, I'm in agreement with Scar on this one real quick. I'm in agreement with Scar on that one. Never sing that song in my person. I hate that song.
He's trying to make his entertainment. It's like
Yep, he was entertaining him now. Now he pissed him off.
oh boy, man.
Yeah, you're the king who puts your right hand man in a friggin' skeletorial jail cell.
Oh boy.
How about you go get it yourself, you lazy ass?
There's plenty of food for you guys to eat out there.
Okay, that was eat Zazu. Jesus.
But that bird does not stand a chance, man.
Did he just say all you need is a little Java? How do you get Java? You're a lion. How do you make coffee?
Oh yeah, Java. No coffee, man.
That gets a perfect 10.
They're just enjoying the scenery. Three guys having a great time and looking in the sky.
Another Walt Disney movie that Matthew Broderick did that I think is kind of an underrated one. He did the live action Inspector Gadget movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
Are you serious? Yes. I think it's such an underrated movie and it gets disrespected.
It's sad though. Really? That movie was good.
Yes, but I feel like it's disrespected.
I think he pulled off Inspector Gadget pretty well. He did.
Oh yeah. How is it that Pumbaa is the intelligent one, and yet Timon is also the intelligent one, but just slightly less? Good Lord.
Do you know what I kind of noticed? Actually, I saw the Thor movie, Love and Thunder, but there's a scene where Chris Hemsworth is actually at some nice setting, and for some reason, when I saw it, it kind of reminded me of the Pride Rock and Lion King for some reason. There's a scene.
Nice.
Not exactly, but like this, it was like nice and gold and beautiful. Like, but I know it's Asgard, but it just had a slight similar look to it. That's all.
I want to say that this is a slightly offensive scene right here because technically they're making fun of his religion. I'm just saying.
Lions have a religion, eh?
Oh no, I'm just saying, like that's a little offensive. Like I would walk away too. You're laughing at my religion. I'm sorry, I'm sleeping somewhere else. Oh, here was another one that Disney removed because right there in the little form of
I saw that.
yeah, they spelled out sex. Jesus.
I didn't know what that was, you know what? I thought that was probably after when Simba was with Nala, but or actually he was thinking about it. That means Simba was in heat.
Oh, good Lord.
I just had to make that joke there, but yeah.
Oh God, I don't think anybody blames you for making that one.
Yes.
I'm wondering what kind of fruit that is right there.
I'm not too sure, but it looks interesting though.
Oh yeah, I love how Rafiki is just like he's happy, but he's going insane at the same time.
Yes. He's having his premonition. He's picking up. I think, yeah. Like Simba's alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Rafiki reminds me of actually. I don't know if you saw the new movie Coming to America, but there's a guy.
I did.
There's a guy that says, "Oh, your bastard son." He kind of has that Rafiki kind of. They're similar in personality, just the expression with their eyes.
Pumbaa's following his stomach at this point.
More bugs, eh?
Wonder what kind of creamy feeling that one has.
You know, I've been curious about what year was this actually when Lion King, like, I'm just wondering, was this maybe
94.
years? Like, no, I'm thinking about like the, or you know how, like you wonder if is this in the 1800s, you know, was this in the 1900s? I don't see no people at all.
You know what? You're absolutely right. You know, the thing though with the Lion King is, it actually became the second highest grossing film of all time, actually, behind Jurassic Park, because Jurassic Park was currently the holder of the highest grossing box office film of all time at that point, and then the Lion King came in and just absolutely knocked it out of the park. And the thing about it is that I think this is actually, oh my God, this was the movie that almost made $1 billion at the box office.
Yes, of course.
$45 million it took to make this movie, and this movie banked in $968.5 million.
Oh my God, that's a major good profit, man. That's a profit.
Well, of course, and then 4 years later, in 1998, Titanic absolutely destroyed the competition and just banked over $1 billion.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies. Actually,
what was it?
Actually, Titanic is actually one of my favorite films. I like that film too.
Oh, that's my all-time favorite movie.
Yes.
And see, I also I love how he's just like, he was scared as hell about getting eaten, and he's just like, oh, okay, you're his friend. Oh, okay, I forgive you for trying to eat me. And Timon's the only one who's still got an issue with it.
I know, he's trying to get them to all calm down. I guess now Simba's percent's really, oh, that's Nala.
Oh, so hold on a second. So in total film grossing, sorry. So The Lion King actually made $768 million worldwide total when it originally came out. Now, it was re-released in IMAX and in 3D form, and it banked a little bit more, $2 million more. And then I think I have this correct. Let me make sure I have it correctly. Where is it? Yeah, so here we go. So Titanic as of this point, so it banked over $1 billion. It was the first and only movie to ever make over $1 billion. And then it got re-released and it made an extra $1 billion. So I think that's kind of funny of how a movie like Titanic and The Lion King. So think of it this way. The Lion King, one of the most perhaps timeless classic animated motion picture films of all time, nearly made $1 billion at the box office. It gets re-released and it doesn't even do half of what it did originally. But you look at Titanic, it goes over $1 billion and then it gets re-released 20 years later, makes another $1 billion. It's crazy.
That is interesting. I guess the thing is, like, two of these stories are so compelling that it's so hard to choose. I think people are gravitating more to the Titanic than Lion King.
I think so.
Yes. And the authenticity of it too. But also too, like, Lion King is also a timeless classic. And that actually has a lot of interesting stories behind it, origin stories. So
yeah. So every time I see this scene with Nala and Simba just like getting romantic, I immediately think of back to Kindergarten Kid or Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I immediately think of that kid at the end of the movie. He's like, uh-oh, they're going to do it.
Yes.
I think that's kind of horrible of me just to do, but still.
This is definitely one of the cutest scenes,
Oh yeah. Yes. And of course, all of us, when we were kids, we did not understand any of this at this point. Now that we are fully grown up adults, we completely understand what's going on here.
To tell you the truth, every time I saw this scene, I would kind of say, oh, this is mush. I was a kid. I'm like, oh, this is mushy stuff. I was a kid. I was like, no, I don't want to watch it. I just fast forwarded. Actually, I did. I was when I was a kid. I was like, no.
It's funny. Now the first time I watched this movie, I wasn't expecting him to do this. when I saw that look in his face.
He's a lot more adventurous now, yes.
Yeah. Oh, he was just a crocodile, just ambushed the hell out of her.
Yes. This is so cute how they play. This is adorable.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, they're rolling down the hill. Pinned ya. Oh. Okay, the look on on these two faces.
She's like, come and get it.
Yeah. Assume the position, please.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I know, guys. You lost your best friend. No more Three Stooges now.
Nope. You got to feel a little bit sorry for them, though. I just love the ending after they get done singing.
Oh, you're singing your guys are doomed, like doom.
Yeah, but ready?
Definitely funny scene. Yes, indeed.
Oh man, I love it. It's complicated. Friggin' jungle vine hammock.
Honestly, I guess Simba does not want to be king like Prince Harry.
Well, I mean, think about this. He has PTSD. He has a form of PTSD because, again, of what happened with him and his dad and that day.
That's true,
he is definitely being selfish at this point. I
He's
I
angry
never.
now.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, hello, you guys fell in love, you guys assumed the position, and now you're fighting, dude. You practically are married. That was actually kind of a bad joke on my part.
Oof.
Oof, low blow.
Yeah, she is sassy.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's a great quality. That's a great quality in women is sassiness. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being honest. That's a good that's a good quality in women.
I will
If
go.
if if
I
you,
agree.
I'm gonna be honest, guys out there. If your girlfriend is not sarcastic, is not sassy, and does not screw with you, you do not have a good woman. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna lie, my girl, she screws with me all the time, and I love it, even though I hate it at the same point.
Embrace the sassiness. It's always
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna.
That's Rafiki. He's excited to see Simba. He's like, yes, Simba.
Also, I'm not gonna lie. I've actually done that as a kid. I went up in a tree and actually started saying "Asante Sana Squashman." God.
That was funny. I was dancing on the tree there. I was like, it's like the from the Jungle Book. Those orangutans were just dancing on the tree.
Can't cut it out. It grows back. You know the funny thing about Rafiki is he looks really wise for the character design because of the gray hair around him,
Yes.
and that beard too. That's so funny.
Exactly. Like it's a wiseness. Like people just like being around that wise man that just knows a lot of stuff. At the same time, he's funny. He's like the kind of the witch doctor, but at the same time, he's like yes. I feel yeah.
That was my favorite little line ever. He's like, "It means you're a baboon,
Yes.
and I'm not." And he just starts giggling like uncontrollably.
But he's also good with his words because now he's kind of like he's definitely convinced Simba. One thing about wise people, they know exactly what to say to you, and it makes you, although you walk away from them, you think for a second, okay, let me just come back and see what this guy's actually really talking about.
Oh hell yeah! So out of all the movies that we've actually watched, like on BS commentaries, this actually has one of the highest approval ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. But the funny thing is that I don't really trust Rotten Tomatoes anymore because they've given terrible. They gave. I'll be honest with you, Inika. They gave Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a 40% or a 41% approval rating. For God's sakes,
Wait, the older classic or the live one?
the live action one.
Really? They were fantastic. The one from the '90s and also the one from the 2000s. That it was fantastic. It was definitely a well-made film.
Yeah, well, Rotten Tomatoes, in my opinion, they don't know shit about movies. In my opinion,
You know what? I actually have to agree with you on this one. Um, there's there's some films that are definitely overlooked and underrated, and they just kind of give like that poor review. And I'm like, what you guys talking about? That was actually a great film. Like for example, um, there was one film. It'll definitely come back to me that they kind of gave like a really poor review of. I can't remember, but there's a lot of great ones.
oh no, yeah, there's so many amazing movies that Rotten Tomatoes have actually given such a bad review on. Um, as I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes, so this is how bad, in my opinion, they are. They gave Titanic an 87% approval rating, and I'm just like, how do you like? How do you give a movie that's that good that low? Because I consider that a low approval rating. It should have been in the 90s.
No,
But
I agree.
let me look at Rotten Tomatoes all-time highest. Let's see, Rotten Tomatoes
It's,
highest highest movie rating because I'm going to assume it's something stupid
for some reason,
because
They never give any film 100%, man. Like I don't know what film they ever gave this 100%.
I just don't understand it. I don't. So let's see.
You know what's most important? It's definitely the story is the most important thing that they should definitely be looking for. Like not about critiquing, with the lighting and special effects. I know, like whatever. Basically, like you gotta give filmmakers a chance and visual effects artists. Sometimes, yes, some of them don't do a great job, but they're probably new in the industry. People learn from. I feel like they have to give like decent reviews, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
So apparently the highest rated movie that they've ever so apparently like the number one highest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes, they gave it a 96%, but it's the highest rated that they've ever given it for reviews is Black Panther.
Oh my, okay. That movie it was really good. Like that one was fantastic. I
finally watched it. I finally watched it.
What did you think?
I thought it was a brilliant freaking movie. I'm not into the superhero movies right now, unless it's a Batman movie, but holy God, that Black Panther movie was amazing.
Yes, I totally agree. And I can't wait for the sequel to that one. I have a question for you. What do you think about the Batman with Robert Pattinson, that film?
Oh, I love that one. We actually commentated it just a couple months ago.
I love that film. Actually, it was really good. I think he definitely portrayed Batman to the T. And I will say one thing. Oh, he played Edward Cullen, in Twilight. I feel like him playing the vampire definitely kind of like gave him an advantage to this film because Batman's supposed to be mysterious, he loves bats. So, that's my two.
He's like, good, go on, get out of here. First of all, I love the life lesson in this one is I will always stand by it. I would honestly get it tattooed on me. It's everything is in the past. You can either run from it or learn from it.
Oh my, kept on like beeping again. Oh my gosh, sorry about that.
No problem.
You know what happens? My phone rings and then I try to like end the call. Then this gets muted all of a sudden. I'm like, oh. Boy. Oh, this is one of my favorite cinematography animation part. Like, I love this color. As uncle. Be entertaining. All right. He's gamer from Battleman. Yes, run in the Savannah Desert.
This is like right.
I'm thinking to myself, like, this place is not. Where's all this sand coming from? It looks like the desert somewhere.
Looks like the dunes out in California.
Yes.
Okay, that's definitely Arizona right there. You can tell. It's desolate and full of death. Seriously, I'm trying to figure out how the hell does a horrible king and hyenas get rid of every bit of food and every bit of water around there, unless they're in just in a terrible drought.
Man, they're like, it looked like they're gonna die in this area, man. Like, there's like no food for them.
Now we're starting to get all dramatic. We're starting to get like soap opera dramatic.
Yes.
For this?
Look at Pride Rock. It's like, I wonder, how did Pride Rock just end up so
I don't know, like, how, first of all, how the hell did it form? That's a good question, in my opinion.
It was nice and green and full of life, and now it's just like dried up. Oh my god.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how the hell do you go from? How do you go from having a lush green and vibrant home where food is plentiful, water is plentiful, then all of a sudden, within the span of a year, it's just full of death?
Oh my gosh, man! It's like Scar's appearance alone, like his aura just.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Oh my god! Look at their face. They're like dinner. They look so happy. They're like, yes, dinner. They look like they've eaten for months.
First of all, I'm not gonna lie. I would. That's the one thing I'm actually looking forward to if I ever go to Hawaii, is actually going to a pig barbecue.
Yes.
Or a boar, or eating a wild, either eating a wild pig or boar, because I've heard that the meat that the wild pigs. Oh, bite me, asshole. I'm being serious. That's what I would say to him. I'd be like bite me. But no, I've heard like the wild boar or pigs out in Hawaii are, the meat is very tender and juicy.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. I need to.
I've never been to Hawaii before, but I know it's beautiful out
Neither
there.
have I. I know it's expensive as hell though.
Oh, of course.
Oh, come on, dude. Really? No,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a lioness or what. You don't hit women. Sorry. That's a no on my part.
Man, I totally agree, man. He's a hermit. Scar's a hermit. He just wants like.
See, that's the bad part when sons are born, is they do look like their dads.
Yes. He looks so much like his father, like Simba.
I don't know. He doesn't look a whole lot about like Mufasa. You can definitely tell a little different.
Yeah, of course, just a little bit. I would say the hair for sure gives it away. The hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like red. But he's like a young lion, so youthful. Oh my goodness, Scar.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna settle, man. He's not gonna settle. Ringside tickets, man.
Really? Damn it, I missed it. I missed the opportunity to make a really good joke about politics and the president, and I missed it. When he said, "You see them, they think I'm king." I feel like the president, every time he goes around right now, he's like, "You see all these people, they think I'm the president."
Yes. This is the part when Scar is so demonic in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like
This is where, for most of the movie, Scar has been in control. He has been in control. This is where everything comes off the tracks. This is where the menacing villain officially comes out and he loses control.
And I like the fact that I'm gonna say not this fact. I like here's the thing. I like the fact that Simba came here, but also I do not like the fact that Scar is making Simba into an enemy.
Yeah, because it's just like why are you putting Mufasa's death on him when it was an accident, but at the same time it's also your fault?
Yes.
See, now that's a big problem when it comes to heat drought.
Oh my gosh! Look at it now. Like the ground's like turned fire. Oh my gosh!
Don't touch the floor. The floor is lava. And here's where it all comes off the rails.
Oh shit! Okay, now. Oh boy, yeah. I'm glad he leaped out. He's like, what? I'm innocent? No, hell no. He's like,
He's like, you're going to blame me for my dad's death when you killed him? Oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Lionesses, oh yeah, they come together. Yes, I like that.
Nice hit by Nala. I'm not even gonna lie. She smacked the crap out of him.
Go Pumbaa, go Timon, karate. Yes, Rafiki.
Oh, I love.
Kung Fu.
He's going.
Yeah.
He's going Bruce Lee on the asses.
Yes, I like that. I like how he came in making that sound.
My favorite one is like,
oh boy. Pumbaa.
You shouldn't have done that. Overweight people when they are called fat.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because here's the thing. Look, I can actually even admit that I'm overweight, but if you're going to tell me that I'm fat, you better believe I will release rage upon you that you will never forget about it. We know we're fat. We don't need reminding people.
Exactly, man. We don't need like. No, you know who also does that too, man? Stewie Griffin. He plays the trumpet.
Oh God, yes.
All right, Simba, get him.
I wouldn't give a shit if you're family or not. You just killed an. You say, wait a minute. You say mercy because you're family, yet you just killed your brother. Does that make a lot of sense?
No chance for you, Scar, man. You did it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we told him when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
God damn it. He fights dirty.
Oh my god. Damn, man. Simba is stronger, man. He's younger and more powerful than Scar is.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Simba,
Yes.
give him that smack.
I was gonna say, Simba or Scar, you're no match for Simba. You're old. He's young.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's like the devil, man.
that was absolutely terrifying when I saw it originally.
I agree. Like that's just like coming out towards you. I'm like, oh gosh. I'm glad he kicked him to the floor. And now the hyenas are knowing that yes, he broke the promises.
The look of sheer terror on his face. Now that's creepy as hell when you see characters actually have eyes and they don't have pupils. It's just one color.
Yes. Yes, they like they broke his promise. They said that they're going to eat and live happily, and now the place is on fire. How did I get on fire all of a sudden? Jeez.
Now, real quickly, come on. How the hell? No, there's no way. There's no way a rainstorm puts out a wildfire like that. If that was possible, California would never be on fire like it always is.
Yes, I know.
Or Washington, for that matter. Or Washington and Oregon, both with actually, yeah, Washington, Oregon, and California have wildfire problems a lot of the times.
Washington? Really? I had no idea. I know the West Coast does. Like, wow, I don't know that. Yes, Simba, time to take your place at Pride Rock.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, it's the most chilling scene in the entire movie to me, because you start to smile, but you also start kind of like crying happy tears because he's finally at peace with the demons in his life, and and the music,
Yes.
it makes you feel things.
And this is so moving as well too. Very moving. And looking up at his father too.
Mm-hmm.
I love that part.
Oh yeah, that's always nice.
Oh wow.
Sure, give it a few months. Everything will return to lush green. Good
Yes.
Lord.
Death Resort. All the zebras are back. For some reason, they were all gone for a while, man. Like, I guess when there's no grass, they will flee away.
Well, I think every animal was leaving because it was a drought.
Yes.
That's the problem. Like it during a drought, you will not see animals out in the safari. I'm being truthfully honest with you, and I've known people who've been out there during droughts.
They're smart. When they know there's famine, they will be the first to leave. the zebras, the elephants, yes.
And there's Simba's daughter.
Aw. She's a combination of Nala and Simba, but definitely more Nala, yes.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Lion King, and I'm so happy that we did that one.
Me too.
Really am.
This was actually really entertaining. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so to me, this is, and also real quickly, huge shout out to Hans Zimmer, the composer, for all of the orchestral music that got put together in this movie. Because again, go ahead and put your TV on mute, by the way. That way we can give the review.
Yes. Like, Hans is a genius.
Mm-hmm. So getting back to the Titanic thing, I also wanted to bring that up because, James Horner did the entire score to Titanic. And that's another thing about, like I said, that's another thing about these types of movies, is that they can move you in a way that you never could imagine. And it has to do with the music.
Yes.
And the composing director and the art of making movies that is that good, and making movies with that great of orchestral music, it makes the movie all so much better.
I totally agree. When you have that goosebumps, the music got you, like, yes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Alrighty, so before we get out of here, we got to definitely give our movie reviews. So Inika, I'm going to let you go ahead and give this movie the score from 1 to 10 in your review on this one first before mine.
I'm definitely give The Lion King a 9.5. The reason why 9.5, because just for that dark scene between with Scar and Mufasa, how he went. That's the little problem I have. But the overall animation, atmosphere, the music, very moving. I loved it.
You know what? I'm going to just go I'm just going to go 1 point higher than you. I'm going to give this movie a solid 9.6. You're absolutely right. It was that chilling scene with Scar and Mufasa. And I feel like, little kids who watch that movie, I feel like they could get scarred. I feel like they could get scarred with that one. But no, this is all a timeless and all-time greatest Walt Disney movie that has ever been made, because at the time, animation was never expected to be this good.
Yes.
And it set numerous box office records. It set incredible records for an animated motion picture. And I'm being honest, if this movie had gotten released nowadays, I feel like it would do just as well as it did in 1994. So a solid 9.6 from me, 9.5 from Inika. And Inika, you know what? I feel like we need to do this here in another 2 weeks. We need to do another movie, but I'm going to let you choose the movie, the animated Walt Disney movie, for us here in about 2 weeks. How's that sound?
That sounds Sounds good. Okay, awesome. Yes, I'm all for that.
Definitely. I will suggest this though. I think you use on your microphones. I think you use your headphone microphones.
I do. My Beats by Dre. Yes.
That's exactly why I hear the echo. Okay, so do you have a Blue Yeti microphone?
Actually, I don't have one. I don't.
I
Actually,
would I would recommend you get one because I use one. It's the best microphone ever, and I've always loved it.
actually, too, I can also take off my headset as well too, and I can probably talk from that too.
Oh,
So,
that's a good point. But anyway, Inika, I had a pleasure doing this movie with you, and I look forward here in about 2 weeks. You need to message me what the movie is here in about a few days because, of course, I got to make the link and everything. But Inika, I look forward to doing another brilliant animated movie with you.
absolutely, you too, Mike.
All right. So for me and Anika, that's it for BS Commentaries. That's cut, print,